Hey guys, I'm right now in my lunch break at work, and I was thinking. First of all, this is probably my first video in English because I I do hello I do create content only in Spanish, and I know that you might not know that I can speak some English. It's not perfect because I'm not native, but well, I will try my best. And I was thinking about something. Why Americans are so broke? I have these questions very. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being evil or anything. I'm just asking myself why Americans are so broke. Why are you guys having so much debt? And it's just a fair question because I am not from Europe. I'm here in Europe, but I am not from Europe, and I'm actually from Latin America. I'm from Venezuela, and when I was here, when I came for first time, I thought I was going to feel the same vibe as in the US, although I never been there, but more or less like the movies and all these series in the TV. But what I found here was that people are very conscious with money, very much, sometimes in a very extreme way. I'm talking about the Europeans, not the foreigners living in Europe. And what I discovered is that the Europeans are very, very careful with money. Here in Europe, having a credit card, for instance, is a very, very bad thing. Of course, the banks will offer you credit cards, but people don't like to take it unless they are going abroad because they need it. Like if you go to another continent, you need to pay. The credit cards are the best way to pay, of course, in cash. But most of the Europeans will say no to the credit card. And this is some contrast between US and Latin America, where everyone is actually begging for credit cards, especially in Latin America, because my understanding is that in the US you get it almost instantly. No, you were born and you get a credit card before you even know how to talk. And I just need to understand what make you guys act that way, because I come from a poor country. I grew up poor, and even though we have debt, our debts were never to the point of losing everything. We have debt because sometimes we needed food, and in order to get food, you needed to get in debt, no? But those were the instances where we actually had debt because we needed to sustain our lives. What I see a lot from my US colleagues or from my US friends is that their people get in debt to buy things they truly don't need. And I just need to understand why you put yourself in that situation when you know you can't afford this stuff. I need to understand why you will take a credit card with high interest rate, almost predatory, to fulfill other people's expectations. There has to be something in the culture there that make people act that way, because I haven't seen that in any other country I ever been. And it makes me curious and it makes me sad because as a Venezuelan, I have a lot of family members in the US right now. I know you guys hate us at the moment. Probably you think we all are sort of, I don't know, criminals. That's not true. not even the majority. Unfortunately, yeah, it's a complex topic. I might talk about it later, but my point is that for my fellow Latin American people, for my Latin American brothers and sisters and my family there, why would you leave your country where you were poor, where you were struggling to find money, where you have very difficult political situations? You left your house, you left your family behind, you left everything you have to go to a place to put yourself in exactly the same situation. You will raise your debt to limits you never seen before. You won't be able to pay it, and then you're going to die, and who will inherit those debts will be your daughters, your son, your people that come next to you, after you. So why would you put yourself consciously in that situation? Why would you tell the bank, here I am, take me, I belong to you? When even in your poor country that you didn't have much, you at least were never subject to the bank policies. Why would you not learn from other countries? What do you want to let people know when you are purchasing, never ending buying online, or never ending buying in a shopping mall, when you are never ending getting credit cards and all these other credit cards from big shops that Americans, all these systems like buy now, pay later. Why are you putting yourself in that situation? Why you cannot simply live according to your means? And those are questions, like all those questions that I have are not to bully you or to make you feel bad about yourself. It's just like, really, what makes you act that way? When in your country, where you come from, you were struggling to meet ends, right? Because your money was never enough, because the situation was always difficult, because we were always struggling because of the inflation, because of we couldn't find food, we couldn't find the most basic things. And now that you have the opportunity to have all this stuff, you suddenly decide that you want to put yourself in an even worse situation just to, like the Americans say, keep up with the Joneses. Why you just don't look back and try to put yourself in a better situation? And why you don't just look forward, if you are the kind of person that is looking forward to have kids, and think about what those kids will inherit from you? Is a house, is a car, is education, or is an enormous debt that they won't be able to pay? I hope you guys can respond me. That would be really nice.